What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emmanuel. I post content about fashion and anything self-improvement related. Look, as y'all can see by this title, 26 things that I've learned at 26. Now, I don't want to overly complicate this video. Like, I'm not going to do no crazy edits or anything. I wrote down 26 things that I learned up until this far in life, up until now in life. And I'm gonna read them out and maybe you guys will probably get some value from it. So I didn't want to do anything. Like, y'all can see, I'm casually just chilling at home, and I just wanted to give you guys these 26 things that I've learned being 26 years old now. So it's not in no particular order. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new, thank you. So number one on the list is to spend intentional private time with God. As y'all know, this is a self-improvement channel, but most importantly, this is not like every self-improvement channel. This is everything that I say or I try to say on this channel comes from a godly foundation. You guys don't know how vital it is for you to spend intentional time with God. Whether that's praying, whether that's church, whether that's Bible studies, whether that's just sitting still and quiet, just in the presence of God, like, all of that is extremely important, and it will do wonders in your life. Secondly, guard your prayer life like a non-negotiable. Your prayer life is even more important. Just like any relationship, the way that you build it is by spending time with them, but also you have to communicate your needs. You have to communicate how you feel. You have to just let it all out there. Having a intense prayer life will make a world of difference in your life. I'll say last year is probably the first time in my life where I really started to really be intentional about praying, setting time aside for praying, and not like actually praying and talking to God. That, man, did everything for me last year. Number 3, time waits on no one, so act accordingly. I'm 26 now. If you ask me, how did I get here? It feels like just last year I was 21. I was just graduating high school. Now I'm 26. 4 years from now, I'll be 30 years old. So without making this complicated, time will not wait on you. It's gonna keep on going. It's gonna keep on going. So if you don't take advantage, I promise you, you're gonna wake up one day and 10 years gonna pass and you're gonna be like, wow. Choose a hobby that strengthens your health. One of the things that I learned pretty early on, I'll say probably like 4 years ago, and this is one of the first things that I've learned, was just having a hobby that helps your health, whether that's the gym, whether that's running, whether that's anything that is good for your body. You know, as you start getting older, you're gonna need things to relieve stress. You're gonna need things to pass time. You're gonna need things to make you feel good about yourself. Like, you're gonna need small wins. And there's nothing better, there's no better win than having a healthy body. And now if you tie that on with a hobby, man, your future self will thank you. This is stuff that I'm working on for when I am 30. So find a hobby that strengthens your health. Slow motion is better than no motion. If you know me, I say this a lot. I say this all the time. It is better for you to be moving a quarter of an inch at a time than it is for you to just sit still. So whatever you do, just keep moving, keep taking small strides, and before you know it, you're gonna have walked a whole mile and you're not even gonna realize it. So Slow motion is always better than no motion. Only take advice from people that lives the life that you want. There is no reason in the world where you should be taking advice from people about things that they do not have. So if someone's giving you advice about finances, if their financial situation does not relate to the same financial situation that you want for yourself, there's no reason you should be taking financial advice from them. And that's not shade or anything like that. It's just being smart, you know? Speak less, execute more. This right here is so big. It's extremely big. It's so big. And I'm still learning this myself. Speak less, execute more. You are better off saying nothing and just doing things than talking and not doing nothing. Because let's just be real. A lot of times we say things that we don't do. That's just the real. Like, as much as you would like to be a man of your word, as much as you would like to do everything that you say, at times we fall short. So in order to alleviate, it's almost like that secondhand embarrassment, to alleviate that embarrassment, especially when you're telling stuff to others, just don't talk about your plans. Just do it. Just do it. And do you know who's going to be the number one person to remind you of this? The women in your life. Trust me. The women in your life will remind you every day why you should speak less and do more. Calculated risk beats comfortable regrets. There's no better way to say this. If you're in your 20s, I'm telling you right now, don't be stupid, but take risks. Just do it. Just start that business. Just go talk to that girl. Just start going to the gym. Just learn a new skill. Just do it. It's better for you to take a risk than for you to have regrets later on. One of the biggest things that I always think about is like later on in life when I'm in my deathbed, or even when I'm not in my deathbed, just like 10 years from now. Bro, I never want to look back at 26-year-old me and being like, dang, I wish I would have did that. Dang, I wish I would. Like, I don't want to do that. And I'm still in the process of learning this, because there's a lot of stuff, just me talking about this right now, that I'm thinking to myself that like, man, I could be taking risk on this. So take calculated risk. It's way better than having regrets. Your best investment will always be yourself. Invest, invest, invest in yourself. Invest in your physical self. Invest in your spiritual self. Invest in clothing. Invest in education. Invest in your dream. Anything. If you had to take any sort of investments, just take the investments on yourself. Bet on yourself. And that was 9. Okay? So I know I wasn't keeping track, but that was 9. 10. Only date women who respect you. Attraction follows respect. There's no reason any man should be dating or even dealing with any woman in their life that does not respect them. If a woman doesn't respect you, she can't love you and she won't love you. So only date women that respect you. Believing in yourself is a skill. And that's one thing I learned, because not everyone has self-belief. A lot of people do a lot of self-doubt. A lot of people talk themselves out of anything. Before they can put anything out into the world, before they can even do anything, they've already talked themselves out of it. And there is life and death in the tongue. That's another lesson, but there's life and death in the tongue. So self-belief, believing in yourself, it's actually a skill. So you have to train yourself. So that means each and every day you have to constantly remind yourself that you can do things. Remind yourself that you are worthy. Remind yourself that you are special and that there's more for you. 12. Take a solo trip. Last year was my first time taking a solo trip. And man, that was a great time. Take a solo trip. Take a solo trip. Just do it, bro. Just go out there. You'll learn so much about yourself. You'll learn so much about people in different regions and different cultures. And just, bro, just spending time with yourself. Like, teach yourself to not always need to be with someone to do something. Teach yourself to be able to do things alone. Because there are times and there's seasons in life where you're going to be alone. And if you haven't taught yourself to be able to just get up and go and take a trip, get up and do something just because you want to do it, or just be alone, you're going to have a hard time in life if you can't get up and be able to do things. So take a solo trip. Read consistently. Why? Because wisdom compounds, you know? This is something I've been learned years ago. Ever since I graduated high school, I've been started reading. I've got into reading. I'll be completely honest. 2025, I definitely was in decline of books. Like I'd say from 2019 up until probably last year, I was reading a consistent, I would say at least 3 to 4 books a year. Most of the time it would be more because I would try to do one a month, but I would I'm averaging like 3 to 4 books a year. Last year, I honestly don't remember how many books I read, if I finished any, probably 1 or 2. So, but that's on me. And this year I plan to pick that right back up because I ain't gonna lie, reading is what really started my journey, my self-improvement journey, my self-discovery journey, you know, my journey in discovering my relationship with the Lord. So reading really did that for me. It helped me with my speech. It helped me with certain words and stuff like that. And it's so funny because I've noticed a lot of differences with the way I talk and the way I like articulate certain things. And I know it's solely because I don't read as much as I used to. So I need to get back to doing that. Keep an open mind to perspectives that challenge you. One of the best things that you could do in your life is to always have an open mind. Even if you don't agree with people, even if someone's starting out saying something that you feel like is far-fetched from what you know or what you're used to, still hear them out. Allow yourself to not judge, but still hear that person's perspectives. Because the thing is, you can learn from anyone and you can learn from anything. Honestly, you can really learn something from anything, any perspective, whether you agree with it or not, something that you could be taught at that moment. So keep an open mind. Don't have a closed mind because you might miss out on opportunities or you might become arrogant, you know? So, or ignorant, that's probably the better word. You're ignorant to you'll be ignorant to certain things if you don't have an open mind, right? Now we're at 15, 10 more. So 15, time with family is never wasted. You know, this is something I learned. You know, I've lost somebody close to me within the last 2 years. And like I said, I'm 26 now. This is probably the first time that I've lost someone like really close. I remember when I lost my grandpa, I was a lot younger, so I didn't really get to feel those emotions. I didn't really get to really understand what happened and the true essence and importance of family. But probably like in the last couple of years when I lost my cousin and just dealing with family stuff, just dealing with family stuff and just seeing how somebody could be here today and be gone tomorrow is like, it really taught me that like family is so important. Anytime that you share with them is never wasted. 16, faith is your fuel. You gotta have faith. You gotta have faith. And whatever that you're doing in this life, you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith. That's something that you need to have. In other words, I would say believe in something. Believe in something. I always say, if you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. So believe in something, have faith, and have something about yourself that you believe in and that you have faith in. Write down your thoughts, because clarity lives on paper. The Bible even talks about it. I think, don't quote me exactly, but it says, write the vision, make it plain. It's not plain until you write it down. There's a lot of things that I've been able to achieve, and I'd say in the last 3 to 4 years, and it's so crazy. I've had those same dreams and aspirations prior to, but as soon as I wrote it down, that's when it happened. That's like, perfect example is my apartment. It's so crazy. I've actually wanted to get my own place for the longest. Don't get me wrong, I've been real patient about it, but I've actually really wanted it for the longest. And it just so happened to happen the very year that I wrote it down. It happened the very year that I wrote it down. And it's so crazy. All these other years, it was just like, okay, cool. It's one of those things like, yeah, I want a spot. I'm going to get my own spot. But as soon as I wrote it down, it actually happened. So write down your thoughts, journal, write down your goals, just have sticky notes. Another thing that I really started, that I started doing this year again, that I used to do way back when, was journaling, you know? Journaling, writing things down, because I like to go back and see what I wrote down. I like to go back and see how God has showed up for me. Like, you see what I'm saying? Because sometimes you get so stuck in the thick of it, you don't remember what you said before, what you wrote down before. When you have it down, written on paper, it's proof. It's already done once it's written down. So write your goals down. 18, check on the people you love. This goes back to what I was saying with family, you know? We hear people say this a lot. Check on the people you love. Check on your close friends. Check on your mans. Listen to me clearly when I say this. Pause this video right now and just check on the people that you love. Because people be going through stuff, and everybody be going through stuff. But a lot of times, most people are suffering in silence. And most importantly, check on your strong friends. Check on the friend that you always calling when you're going through stuff. Check on the friend that's always all right. Check on him. And don't just, hey, bro, how you doing? No, like, actually really see how they are doing. Give them the space to let you know how they're doing. 19, motivation fades. Discipline carries you. Motivation fades, discipline carries you. So that tells you everything you need to know. You're only going to be motivated for a while. And this is something I'm still learning too. Motivation is something that comes and go, but discipline sticks. So don't try to find things to get you riled up. No, set a system, put a system in place. Get a routine in place and stick to it. Be disciplined about it. Show up each and every day. You'll go a lot further than sitting around watching videos and listening to stuff that motivates you. 20, 5 more. Most obstacles are self-created. So get out your own way. A lot of the obstacles that we end up facing in life, and this is something, I'm speaking to myself here. A lot of the obstacles that we faced in life are self-inflicted. A lot of times we're in our own way. Get out your head, get out your way, and just be. And just be. Be yourself. Care a little less. Take a little bit more risk. Because a lot of times, the only thing that's keeping you from getting on the other side is you. So get out your own way. 21. One solid woman is worth more than any other distractions. One solid woman will forever be better than multiple. This right here, I'm speaking to the fellas specifically. I know what your flesh is telling you. I know what you see your counterparts and people online are doing. I know how you feel. Believe me when I say this. Whether that one woman is your wife, whether it's someone that you end up spending forever with or not, it is always more beneficial to deal with one than it is to juggle multiple. Remember that. 22. Learn how money works and make it work for you. Learn how money works and make it work for you. I heard something one time, it said, you have to get a whole bunch of dollars, and if you have $10, your goal is to give each dollar a certain job. Learn how the money works and make it work for you. 23. Your thoughts shape reality, so speak life. That goes back to believing yourself. That goes back to your words are power. That goes back to there's life and death in the tongue. Anything that you say, you have the power to bring it to fruition. Just like I said, I want a spot this year. I'm getting a place this year, and I was able to get it instantly. I could have been saying the complete opposite, like, man, I won't be able to afford a place. Man, I won't be able to get a place. And yeah, I would still be at my parents' house. So speak positivity each and every time you open your mouth. 24. When people show you who they are, for the love of God, please believe them. Don't try to convince anyone to be something else. Don't try to convince yourself your initial perception of someone is who they actually are, even though you're seeing something different in front of you. No, what they're showing you, what they're giving you is exactly who they are. So if someone shows you who they are, believe them. Believe them. 25, and this is probably one of my favorite things I love to say, and I love to tell every young person this. Anybody, really. It doesn't even young, but young people specifically, but really anybody. You are allowed to start over as many times as you would like. Do not let anyone tell you anything otherwise. If you want to start over and reinvent yourself tomorrow, and then the next day reinvent yourself to a completely different person the next day, you can do that. You can go up, come down as many times as you would like. Society has put us all in this box where we feel like life has only one direction that it needs to go, or that we could only stick to this one archetype. And it's like, no, you can be whoever you want each and every day. You could be a different person, bro. You could start over whenever you like. Do not allow anybody to box you in. This is like a perfect example. Casanet is going through this right now. He's learning this lesson right now. Everyone's trying to box him in with the streaming. He's like, nah, like he's not going to stay boxed in. He decided to reinvent himself. He's not a streamer. He's a creator. Next thing you know, he'll be a philosopher, and that's okay. If that's what he wants to do, who cares? And last but not least, keep people who challenge you, not just agree with you. Keep people around you who challenge you and not just agree with you. Have more people around you that disagree with you than people that agree with you. If you like this video, if you learned anything from this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, guys. This is how I'm able to keep these videos going. I love you guys so much. 2026, let's make this a year like never before. Let's go after everything we've ever wanted, guys. I love y'all. Me versus me, you versus you. Let's get it.